Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the manifesting generator and in particular with sacral authority. That is also my type in the tropical human design. I am a 2/4 manifesting generator with sacral authority, and I have worked with lots and lots of mani-gens. It has been always a delight. And just today, I received a question specifically about the manifesting generator with sacral authority. And what I'm going to share with you is going to be specifically for you. Obviously, what I'm going to talk about may also be helpful for some of the other types, but just like I said, this video is in particular for manifesting generators with sacral authority. So here is the question that I received. So I am wondering what a yes feels like for a mani-gen or manifesting generator with a sacral authority. So first of all, I want to show you just a little bit what it looks like on a human design chart when you are a manifesting generator with sacral authority. So you will always have the sacral center defined. So this one here is the sacral center or sacral chakra. So this will always be colored in, yeah? And the other thing is that you will have a motor center connected to your throat. So the sacral itself is actually motor center. So in this chart, as an example, it is directly connected to the throat, right? This is why it's a manifesting generator. And in this particular example, which is actually my chart, here, as you can see, my sacral is not directly connected to the throat, but I have the will center. The will center is also a motor center, and this is directly connected to the throat, right? So when you have these two things in place, then you are a manifesting generator. And then you are a sacral authority manifesting generator if this center here, which is the emotional solar plexus, if this is undefined. So it's white in both of these cases, right? Now, if this would be colored in or defined, you would be an emotional manifesting generator or manifesting generator emotional authority, but I'm not going to cover that in this video too much. So I'm showing this to you just to show you that a manifesting generator with sacral authority can completely look different, the chart, right? There can literally be millions of different variations of how a chart can look like. So the yes, the sacral yes, we may think feels the same for everybody, but that's not the case, because I have worked with so many amazing human beings and also obviously from my own experience. And what I have noticed is that it can feel very, very different. And in my case, for example, when something is a sacral yes, so basically a sacral yes means, first of all, it comes from the body. And yeah, we may say it's somewhere in the belly area, it's that gut feeling. But again, it tends to feel different for everyone. In my case, it's like a light, grounded, but also calm and like a really expansive feeling. It just feels, it's almost like my body is pulling me towards something and my body is leaning forward. And that's how I know when something is a yes for me. For other people, it may be that you actually see visuals, right? That you feel like a flower is blooming up. And if it's a no, it's more like the flower is wilting or something is contracting. And also for me, if something is a no, then it feels more like heavy and contracting sensation, almost my body's leaning back in some way. And the most important thing for you to learn what your yes feels like is that you practice. You have to practice. And one of the best ways to practice your sacral response is through yes or no questions. And this can look like, you have a friend or your partner, and you ask them, hey, can you ask me like yes or no questions, even like throughout your daily life? And this can look like, hey, what do you want to eat for dinner? And that's not a yes or no question, right? And usually we're like, oh, okay, there's so many options. Ask me something specific. And then you can ask, hey, do you want to have salad for dinner or salad or pizza? Because that's a yes or no, right, to either one of them. And that's something that usually works better for us. Or if you even go yourself to a grocery store and instead of making a list of all the things you need, just try it out for one time and see what is your body responding to? What does your body wants to eat? It's a very fun practice. Or if you go to a restaurant, you want to order something from the menu and see what gives you this light, expansive feeling in the body. Because your mind may be like, no, I should eat this because that's supposed to be healthy, or it's not that expensive, whatever, right? But your body just wants the fish or something like that. So that's how you can practice in daily life, and I really recommend that. And there's another thing that often comes up because we have fears, right? We humans have fears. And what I have found is that, so when we make a decision out of fear, for example, let's say, and this is oftentimes in sales, right? Where somebody's asking you or is offering like this amazing program, it's incredible, and you need to do this, and da 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 da. It's gonna change your life, it's gonna change your business, you're gonna make all the money in the world, right? And oftentimes we make those decisions based out of fear because of the fear of missing out or the fear that we cannot do it by ourselves or something like this. And it comes from pressure, right? That is most often not a sacral yes response, especially if there's like pressured sales tactics, right? Where you just, and then you amplify some other people's excitement, because especially with the undefined solar plexus, for those of you that have sacral authority, you can very easily amplify other people's excitement, right? And then it's not your body's response, actually. Your sacral yes usually comes about when, so in this particular question that I received, it was, I think, you were reading about like a business strategy and you got this kind of flutter in your heart and it just felt like, ooh, right? And then the question was like, was this fear or is this my sacral yes? Now, if that is your initial response to something and it feels like light and there's fluttering in your body, if that's in your heart space or in your belly, I would say that's a sacral yes. The fears usually kick in after, because your sacral yes, your sacral response, your body's response takes you into new territory. It takes you into the unknown. It takes you into things that you may have never done before, you don't even know are for you. But somehow your body has this knowing, this wisdom that, ooh, there is something there, right? And then what usually tends to happen, because we're humans, we start to question ourselves. Well, who am I to be? Or do I know enough? Or am I good enough? What if it's going to fail? What if it only works for others, but not for me? What if I don't know enough? What if I don't have all the answers? Or what if I'm not going to have enough money to do this? I mean, there's all these kind of questions or doubts and fears that can come up, and then it talks us out of it, right? And then we don't trust that initial sacral response, right? That came. And this is what this whole way to respond means, right? We're not specifically looking for something. We're just going with the flow of life. You do what you love, and then all of a sudden something appears in your life outside of you. It's not your ideas that you have. It's just something that you may read, or somebody's asking you a question, or you see something, anything that you pick up with your senses. And then you have that response in your body. So if that's a fluttering in your heart, if that's like this grounded, light, expansive feeling in your whole body, like it is for me, there are other people that have a very kind of strong feeling in the belly, or some other people I have also from the programs I have done before, they have reported that if something is a yes, it feels like a white light. It's more visual for them. And if it's a no, it's like a black darkness for them, right? So again, going back to the practice, 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 practice. And it's always a feeling in the body versus what your mind is coming up. And again, it's totally normal that after you have a sacral yes and a response, where really your body had this like, ooh, yeah, this is something, right? Then the fears come up. They want to talk you out of it. And those are the fears typically for us to acknowledge them, feel them. Okay, I got you. Because it takes you into new territory, and your unconscious always wants to keep you where you're at because it knows it has been safe. And But then it's for us to like feel these fears, release them, and do it anyways. What you felt in your body is right. Now, for manifesting generator, we not only have this way to respond when it comes to making decisions, we also have this envisioning phase. And now, what does that mean? So, for bigger decisions, right? For example, a new business endeavor, that's probably going to be taking a lot of time, maybe a lot of money investment, and all of this, right? I always recommend don't jump 100% into it, but start to feel into it. Try it out. The manifesting generator is a very experimental being. It's almost like a 3-line, even if you don't have a 3-line in your profile. It's like, okay, go into the sandbox, have some fun, play, and see how you like it. Or how dip your toes into the water. How does it feel? That's what the envisioning phase is about. And it's actually nice because it takes off the pressure from making the full decision right away. So you had that feeling in the body. Okay, now this new project that you responded to, let's say it was a new business strategy, start to envision it, start to feel into it. Maybe do a little bit more research about it. Maybe ask some people that have worked with this already. And keep being in that energy. And maybe you can try it out a little bit before fully investing into it if it requires an investment, right? And then at some point, it's almost like life is totally pulling you into it and confirming over and over again that this is for you. So you're probably going to see more signs in life, and you start to notice it will feel more and more grounded in your body. That's one of the big things I think that is really important, that a yes is not this like, oh my God, I'm so excited. That is usually emotions we are picking up, right? That are not ours. And even from the emotional authority, like we actually learn also with the sacral authority that we don't want to make decisions when emotions are amplified, right? When emotions are really high and super excited. We always want to make big decisions from a very grounded, calm place. There should not be any kind of pressure involved, right? Where you feel like, oh my God, I have to do it, and you have to push against something. It's supposed to be actually more effortless, where life is literally inviting you and showing you the way, and you just have to gently step into it. And again, like I said, there will be some fears popping up along the way because it's most likely new territory. But at some point throughout this envisioning phase, and this envisioning phase can take weeks, months, can even take a year. There is no like magic formula that's going to apply to everyone. You will know. At some point, it's going to be like, it's a yes, it's a yes. And the way that I have noticed this for myself is that I keep getting intuitive hits. I keep seeing signs, and it's just like, I cannot deny it anymore. And then it's just going to happen. And the informing then for the manifesting generator simply means that, once you start this big new project or you make that big decision, those people that are going to be impacted by that decision, you just want to make sure you just let them know. It's an FYI. Hey guys, just so you know, like, I'm going to pull this new business up in the air, because let's say it's your mom or something, and she would find out from another person that you started this new business or something. She would probably feel like, left out or something. So that's why informing helps actually remove the resistance around you and just kind of opens up the path so it can stay and continue to be in the most effortless way possible. And then you go take action. So that was my little take on what it means to have a sacral yes as a manifesting generator. It's not like a clear-cut answer, because again, we are all still so different. Because there's millions and millions of manifesting generators out there with sacral authority. And obviously, it also has a lot to do with conditioning. So if you're a lot in your head and you're constantly overthinking it, and you're not connected with your body, it's going to be very hard for you to feel that sacral yes, or that full body yes response in your body. And one of the most or the best things anyone can do is anything that helps you get out of your head and into your body. If that's spending a lot of time in nature, mindfulness, yoga practices, anything where you can really let those chatter in the mind go and really feel how you feel in the body. And just like any muscle, when you're training for a marathon or when you go to the gym, it takes time, it takes repetition. And yeah, so that was that. I hope this was a little bit helpful for you. If you have further questions, you can drop this in the comments. And I wish you a lot of fun and experimentation playing with your sacral response as a manifesting generator. I'll see you next time.